Almost sacked was Jameson, but it was to the sideline and couldn't catch it anyway. Now we have a 3rd and 10 as the Bats are going to have to convert a long one here, as there's 4 minutes and 41 seconds left in this first half. At the 32 again. They haven't moved for 2 plays. Jameson again. Running out of time. Steps up a little. Throwing. End zone. Touchdown! It's caught! Jack Knott with the touchdown. The big man to get the 32-yard touchdown. Jameson let it go and Knott got their touchdown reception, as it was a bomb downfield and let the big man go up and grab it. Jack Knott before this game had 2 touchdowns, so that's his 3rd of the year. Hasn't had a reception touchdown for a while, but he gets one now. They're going for the PAT. It is up and it is good. They're going to be behind the Natives for a little bit, but that was a 6-play drive by Charlotte. 2 for 5, 44 yards for Jameson on that drive. It was one of those completions out of the 2 was the 32 long bomb for Jack Knott. I kind of thought he was going to go down, but the line held up and he did not get sacked. I don't think he's got sacked once yet. I don't think either quarterback went down so far. But the Bats make it a 1-point game now, as the kick will be away. As let's see what Kermit Poe can do again. Kermit Poe and company, as they get it to return to the 22. 3 yards shy of what they would have been if they had a kneel. 24-yard return there for the Natives. As Kermit Poe got a touchdown throw on the last drive, we'll see if he can get that again. As the corners are actually really well matched for this receiving core, being William Fatts and Damian Targets both being in the 90s, the early 90 range. First and 10 now. 4:29 left in second quarter. Kermit Poe throws it, caught. Barely though, he had to get hit for that one to work. 4 yards in the play, 2nd and 6. Fred Williams to get the reception. As that might be the one receiver that you might see gain a lot of catches today. Because there's no really... Actually, yeah, there is a corner, but he's a little better than that. Darius Simp is on. Fred Williams. He's got like 4 overall average. Better than him, though. As Kermit Poe gets it out to Sheldon Romero for the catch. 103 total yards for the Natives. And 52 of those are passing. Oh no, that was Christian Young, the backup tight end, to get 11 yards on the play. 1st and 10 now for Kermit Poe in the offense. Signal to Sheldon Romero. Kermit Poe hands it off. Cole New right up the left side for 4 yards. 10 rushes, 36 yards for Cole New. That's not the best average, but Derek Dirt gets in there for a tackle. Coming up from the safety position. As we have 2nd and 6 now. Under 3 minutes now in the second quarter. Time is winding down here early. Kermit Poe throws it. Sheldon Romero to haul it in for the first down. As we're at the others, at the Bats 47 now. Sheldon Romero to haul it in for this second reception of the day for 24 yards. Sean East, the strong safety, to bring him down. So we have a 1st and 10 now for the Natives again. Kermit Poe in the backfield, throwing, caught. It's a curl route, I think. 7 for 8, 76 yards, and a touchdown for Kermit Poe. Pretty decent start on the day. Timothy Morgan, 2 receptions, 28 yards, as he's had not the first quarter, first half he's so far wanted, but it's been decent. Now we get the 2-minute warning here. Seattle Natives 10, Charlotte Bats 9. as the Charlotte Bats didn't go for the 2-point attempt. They just wanted to be behind the Natives by 1. Which could be fine. As now the Natives are moving on the other side. 1st and 10 up to the 25 as it will be a 2nd and 1 for the offense. Timothy Morgan gets another catch, 3 receptions, 37 yards as William Fats gets his tackle of the day, first tackle. As he is covering Timothy Morgan today, the 92 over the 95, I believe. Here's a catch up the middle to the 9 he brings in, and we have a 1st and goal Natives. As it's Fred Williams to get that catch. 101 passing yards for Kerpo. As Fred Williams was bringing the defense with him, he was not going to go down without a fight. Bring two defensive people with him. 2 receptions, 20 yards for Fred Williams on the day so far. As Kerpo's been spreading the love on the offense. 1st and goal. Every receiver's got a catch. Kerpo throwing. Oh! Little miscalculated by Poe. 9-11. 101 yards and 1 touchdown. As it's a 2nd and goal now at the 9. 107 left in the second quarter. See what the Natives can do on 2nd and goal. Kerpo throwing, caught. Touchdown is the dive for the end zone. Sheldon Romero gets another receiving touchdown on the season. Wait, is that even Sheldon Romero? That might not be. Oh, yes, it is Sheldon Romero. Sheldon Romero, just a little dive at the end. I don't think that was necessary, but add a little thing in there for himself. Sheldon Romero, that would be his 4th touchdown catch of the season, having 3 before this game. As they move their score up to 16 now with the extra point, 17. 104 left in the second quarter. As the PAT is up, and it is good. 9 plays, 77 yards, 3 minutes, 25 seconds off that drive. As it didn't feel that long that time, but it was a rather long drive by the Natives. As now there's only 1 minute and 4 seconds left in the second quarter. We'll see what the Bats can scrap up from themselves. And we'll see if they get the touchdown. Will they go for the 2-point attempt to tie the game this time? Or we'll see if the Natives can make a big play or just get a stop. But there's only limited time on the clock, but they do have 3 timeouts, so we'll see. Not a lot of time, but not a little amount. As the kickoff now is away, and it will be returned at the 3 up to the 28, as that's where Josh Jamerson and company will start their final, probably their final drive of the first half. Here comes out Jamerson. We'll see what he can do in this 1 minute to get some points situation. Legit, only 1 minute. That's what's on the clock. At their own 28, we'll see what happens on this drive. 3 timeouts, 1 minute left to go. Big situation here. Jamerson gets the snap. Oh, he's going to go down. Buried at the 21. As they use one of their timeouts here. Seattle Natives 17. Charlotte Bats 9 here in the second quarter. I gotta see who got that quick. That was Stephen Hernandez, the middle linebacker. So I just want to make sure you guys know who it was. 2nd and 17 now as the sack just happened. 57 seconds left to go and 2 timeouts. That was not good for the offense. That's not what they need right now. But they gain a little more back as they get up to 30. Use another timeout. And now it's a 3rd and 7. Not a good situation for the Bats. Not what they wanted. As Adrian Ontes gets his second reception. And that was 21 yards on the day. Stefan Hernandez is making the tackle. He's made all the plays on this drive so far. But there's only been 2, so. We'll see what they cook up on 3rd down and 7. 50 seconds left to go in the second. Will they try to keep passing? That's the question. Yes, they do. Jamerson. Oh, he takes the hit, but he gets it off. And he gets it up to the 44. As they're going to have to go and hurry up. 8 for 13 for Josh Jamerson right now. As he takes the hit right as he went down. Garrett Weed gets the reception for 14 yards. As Jamerson, you can see him get hit right after he throws the ball. A nice uphill running by Gary Weed. 1st and 10 now for the Bats. Jamerson. Oh, almost intercepted. You can see the white. But no. 8 for 14, 115 yards, and 1 touchdown pass for Jamerson right now. 21 seconds left in this first half of play. Jamerson needs a big play. Almost like that one for Jack Knott. Maybe not a touchdown, but just to get in field goal range would be pretty good for the Bats. They would be probably fine with that. Jamerson throwing no one. It will be 3rd and 10 now. 8 for 15 is the completion pass completion percentage for Jamerson. As we have 18 seconds left to go in the second quarter, as it's a 3rd and 10, they're probably going to have to do this play, and then to call the timeout if they get in field goal range. If not, then maybe try a long bomb. Oh, no. It's complete, but up to the 46. As Seattle takes the timeout. Don't know what they want to take the timeout for. Just let the quarter clock run out because I don't think you're going to try anything. Allen Rack, 4 receptions, 42 yards. Is pretty sure he has the most receptions on the team so far. In this game, at least. Not in the season. Definitely not. Most receptions on the Bats team is... Before this game, Tyler Jackson, obviously the number 1 receiver, was 21. Allen Rack for this game, he had 13 receptions, 141 yards. As wasn't the most flashy stats for Rax before this game. But he's only the 3rd string receiver, so what do you do? 1st and 10 now for Natives. Current Poe, run up the middle with Colton Yu. As are they going to call timeout? No, 11 rushes, 45 yards for Yu. As I don't even know why they call it timeout though. But they do, and we're going to go into halftime with the score. Seattle Natives 17. Charlotte Bats 9. As here's what I would do for each team. Seattle Natives. I like what they're doing. They're getting a nice balance out of the rush and the pass, and the defense has been pretty good. Maybe switch up some... I don't know. The Bats are kind of getting some yards, so I don't know. Switch up some matchups, maybe. Maybe use more of the free safeties to cover, but I think that's what they've been doing. I haven't seen Tyler Jackson get many catches, so maybe I think that's what they're doing. But then for the Bats, I would use Joey Adams a lot more. But Josh Jamerson has been doing pretty good so far. No interceptions. This year already has 3 on the year. But yeah, use more of the run game, not Gary Weed. Joey Adams needs to be in there a lot more than he is. As the kick is away now. It's returned up to the 22. That's 23 yards per return right now by Dallas Crawford. Colton Yu today, 11 rushes, 45 yards, and an average carry has 4 yards. This is not terrible, just not the best stats for Colton Yu. As we'll see what he can do in the second half. Maybe get some better yardage or even a touchdown. Would be good for his MVP race hype. 1st and 10 now for the Natives. As we're starting the 3rd quarter and the second half. Current Poe gets it off to Sheldon Romero, who gets some pretty good yards after catch on that one. As Derek to bring him down. Nice little dot from Current Poe, too. Romero did the route perfectly, and turns out in a pretty decent play for the Natives. As they get 8 yards on the play. 9:39 and running on the third quarter. As we have a 2nd and 2 situation for the Natives. Current Poe throwing. Oh, it was almost intercepted. That would have been his 2nd of the season. But he's lucky there as it falls to the turf. 3rd and 2 now for the Natives as we have a 3rd down situation for them. We'll see what they do now. Poe hands it off. Cole Yu gets the 1st down as he falls his way forward. 12 rushes, 49 yards. He's almost at the 50. Still 4 average yards per carry as he gets 4 yards on that play. But it was enough to get the 1st down. As they convert on the 3rd down and the drive keeps going. See, the bounce, run, and pass between the Natives I really like right now. And that's why they're in the lead. As that's also why they're 5-0, undefeated. The only undefeated team in the league. Cole Yu rushing on 1st down. Only a yard, 13 rushes, 50 yards, as he does get the 50-yard mark, though, for the day. 8:43 and running on the clock in the 3rd. On 2nd and 9 now. Poe gets sacked. He's down on the ground. Henry Virgin gets in there for the sack. As for Virgin, that is his 1st sack of the season. He has not got to the quarterback once this season. But the handoff took Current Poe way too long, and Virgin brings him down. As his team, their sack leader is Sylvester Carey with 2 and Jared Lush with 2. As this team isn't really known for getting to the quarterback. But they do on that play, and Current Poe is faced with the 3rd and 12. As he gets the ball, obviously, and throws it downfield, caught! Gets it up to the 35. That's a switch of field position. 12 for 15, 150 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Current Poe. As it's a nice dot downfield for Fred Williams. 3 receptions, 52 yards. He gets over the 50-yard mark on the day, too, now. As he was open, wide up the middle. I don't even know who was covering him. Were they having him on a linebacker? Or a safety? Who knows, but he got open. And another 3rd down conversion is converted by the Natives. Now we have 1st and 10, 7:28 and running on the 3rd quarter. It's another screen, but that one's covered perfectly by the bats. They saw that one coming. And they don't go anywhere on the play. Timothy Morgan, 4 receptions, 37 yards. This doesn't go anywhere. William Fats to cover that up perfectly. William Fats has only got 1 interception on the season. Maybe hoping to pick off Poe one time in this game. But we'll see if that happens. Current Poe now on 2nd and 10. Throws it, and it's caught, and it's a 1st down to the 21. Fighting his way for yards is Williams, as it is 161 passing yards now for Current Poe, as Williams gets 66 yards. Of those, 161. Darius Simp to get a tackle, as he's the one supposed to be covering Williams for the majority of the game. 1st and 10 now for the Natives at the 21, right outside the red zone. Current Poe throws it up to the 16, as that's going to be not a 1st down as they get to the 2nd and 5. Fred Williams, 5 receptions, 71 yards. He's been a big target for Poe so far. Sean East, the strong safety, to come up. 2nd and 5 now for the Natives. They're in the red zone now. Poe gets the throw again. Throws a little check down. That might be a 1st down. They get 4 yards on the play. They're going to call it 3rd and inches. So we have another 3rd down on the save drive, but They've converted a lot. Can they convert again? That's the question. Will they use Cole New or will they try to give it to Kermit Poe? Both of them are dangerous. It's looking like a run formation, but who knows? Third and inches, 5:40 left to go in the game. It's Cole New. He gets up the middle. There's a guy just sitting in the back, just waiting for something, but he was waiting for Cole New to get the first down. Greg Harderwood to get the tackle in the end. And now it's 1st and 10. They're not going to call it 1st and goal. They're just going to call it 1st and 10. As Cole New hits another first down, he's been a great grinder so far for the Natives. As they're 5:25 and right in the third quarter, as they've melted off a lot of time already. And it's another first down in the 10 now. Kermit Poe fakes hands it off. It throws. Oh! Hit out of his hands. As couldn't hold on to that one. And it's a 2nd and 10 for the Natives as it's 5:09 left in the third quarter. As they've almost melted off 5 minutes so far. That would be an eighth of the game. 2nd and 10. Let's see what they do here. Kermit Poe fakes a handoff, play action. Gets it down to Sheldon Romero. He gets nowhere. 17 for 21, 173, and 2 touchdowns for Kermit Poe so far. Sheldon Romero, 6 receptions, 45 yards, and Jordan Waster, 2 tackles. That might not be correct, but who knows. 3rd and 10 now for the Natives as Charlotte's playing some good defense in the red zone. We'll see if they can cash in, though. Kermit Poe likes to cash in. Kermit Poe, 3rd and 10, throws it. End zone, touchdown, Sheldon Romero. He gets in there again on the days. That's his 2nd catch on the night and 5th of the season. As Kermit Poe and Sheldon Romero, he'll hook up again. As they're not going to be denied points. Henry Virgin tries to hit him to force the ball out, but that was already 2 feet, I'm pretty sure. As here comes another PAT attempt for the Natives. As they're starting to cruise a little away from the Bats here in the third. But PAT is up and is good. 14 plays, 77 yards, in 5 minutes and 23 seconds off the clock in that drive. That was over half the third quarter. As that was a long drive and good plays, though, by the Natives. A lot of third down attempts by them. See if we can do the sound yet. No. Okay. But the Bats have a long task ahead of them if they want to try to get back in this game. Who knows? Even if they do get some good stats today, they might be ahead of the wave. Who knows? They were close last week. No, well, 10 points separating them, but pretty close. But the Wave did have a good game last week, so I don't think they're going to get overtaken in the playoff race. They just couldn't win in the end. But they're leading for the majority of the game against the Wind. Now the kick return is returned up to the 28. 29 they're going to call it. I was thinking it's the 28, but it's the 29. 24 yards per return for Darius Simp, the third string corner. That's the return, man? A little weird. Well, guess not, but thought they would have used someone more overall for the return. 1st and 10 now, though, for the Bats, as they have to get some yards and plays now. So they need 2 touchdowns and a 2-point attempt to get back in a tie game with the Natives. And they can't let the Natives score any points. Jameson now has a large task in front of him to see if he can make it do. Jameson throwing. Oh, almost intercepted. No one can hang on to these interceptions right now. There's been a few plays where I thought I was going to get intercepted, but it did not. But it is an incompletion by Jamerson as it's deflected by the Natives. Second and 10 now at the 29. Jameson hands it off. Gary Weed weaving his way up to the 35. I don't know why they're using Gary Weed. I think Joey Alves would be a lot more effective as he's the first string and he's not the third string Gary Weed. 3rd and 4 now for the the bats. We'll see if the natives can prevail or will the bats prevail. 3:57 and running on the clock in the third. A lot of pressure at Jamerson, but it's a first down catch. Up to the 48, 10 for 18, 130 yards, and 1 touchdown for Jamerson. As that's the first reception for Tyler Jackson. The first string receiver finally gets the reception on the day. As he's been covered well today. But Jamerson finds him eventually, and they get a hookup for a first down. As you can see on that play, he was pretty explosive, but just went out of bounds. But now it's a 1st and 10 for the Bats. They're almost to the other side of the field, just have 2 more yards to go. 3:42 and running on the clock. Jamerson fixed a handoff, but throws it to the back as he gets himself up to the 43. As that's Gary Weed again. I don't know why they're still using Gary Weed, but they are. 2 receptions, 23 yards, 2nd and 1 now for the Bats. My bad. 2nd and 1, 3:27 and ticking on the third. See what to do on this play. Maybe an arrow for Jackson. Oh, there's pressure on him. As the screen did not work, as there was a lot of speed going at Jamerson. But he was really scared in that play. 3rd and 1 now is getting close. We'll see what team can have the bigger pushes this play. Or maybe it'll be a pass. 3:21 on the clock in the third. Is a check down. No, it's batted down. And it'll be a 4th and 1. I think you got to go for it here. As it's 2 deflections now for... Don't even know who that was. All I saw was the G. But he's 2 tackles in, 2 deflections on the day. As the punt team's on now for Charlotte. Don't know why. Oh, it's a fake! They're going to try to get the yards. No, I don't even know why you would do that. Just go for it. Don't fake it. But they try faking it. It doesn't work. Had some speed with the tight end, but Seattle just had more. Here comes out Seattle now. Jordan Campbell. They're looking at 1 rush, 2 yards, 2 point per average on a carry. As most of the rushes have been going to Colton Yu. Maybe they're going to give Jordan Campbell a chance as they have the lead. Maybe see what he can do. As 1st and 10 now for the natives. Current Poe launches downfield. Oh, it's intercepted! The 2nd of the season. Damian Targets. I believe that's his 1st interception of the season. Oh my gosh. That's his 1st interception of the season for Damian Targets. And that's Current Poe's 2nd interception thrown on the season. He has 11 touchdowns. No. Before this game, he had 11 touchdowns, 1 interception. And that's another interception on the season for him. As Damian Targets launches up for that one. I don't even know where he's thrown to, but he got it. 11 completions, 21 attempts, 139 yards for Jamerson. He hasn't thrown an interception yet. But Current Poe did not make the right read there, and it was an interception by Targets. But we'll see what they can do is they've been helped by the defense. Jamerson now on 1st and 10. Hands it off to Weed. They're still using Weed. As he gets 6 rushes, 32 yards on the day so far. Sheldon Lee with the tackle. As you can see, Seattle has a lot more yards this game than Bats do, but you can guess that by the scoreboard probably. In the long plays, long drive Seattle's had. As now it's another rush for Gary Weed as he gets 1 yard on the play. Don't know why they're using Gary Weed. It's kind of making me mad a little bit. But that's who they're using. As this second video, part 2, is almost done. As 3rd and 3 now at the 2:15 mark left in the 3rd quarter. Jamerson throwing incomplete, as it's going to be a 4th and 3 now. For the Bats, as they failed to convert on a 3rd down again, as they definitely have to go for it now. I don't think there's any question you have to go for this. There's 2:07 left in the 3rd quarter. You only have 12 minutes and 7 seconds left in this game, but the punt team is on. No way they're doing this. Well, I think the game's pretty much over as if they're punting. You can't let your defense just do everything for you guys. But it hits in the end zone. And 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. It's 12 minutes left. Kerr Poe, 18 completions, 23 attempts, 183 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 interception. As so far, he has 14 touchdowns and 2 interceptions on the season. So for every 7 touchdowns he throws an interception. That's a pretty dang good ratio, to be honest. I would take that ratio. 1st and 10 now at the 20 with 2 minutes left in the 3rd. Poe hands it off to Colton Yu. Colton Yu shakes off a tackle. Tries to shake up another, but he only gets 2 yards on the play. 15 rushes, 54 yards as he's hoping to get more runs down in the stretch to run up this clock. Carlos slays to bring him down. 2nd and 8 now for